Hey everyone, Rarity Dash here, time for another blind commentary. And for the first time on this channel, I'll be reacting to something Rick and Morty related that isn't the actual series. If you do have Rick and Morty content that you want me to look at, please do suggest it in the comments. I'd like to hear whatever you want me to see. I've already got some recommendations, theory videos, like I think a few animations or something, I don't know. But whatever you think would be worth reacting to, please let me know. But today we're looking at the 107 Facts video for it. This one's up on the Cartoon Hangover channel as opposed to the Channel Frederator one. For whatever reason, I don't really know who makes that decision, but it is. And other than that, not really much to say. I don't honestly know much about the behind-the-scenes stuff of Rick and Morty, so that might be interesting to hear. Because, I mean, you've told me some things. You told me, like, little things here and there, so I might know some of these, but I'm thinking it's going to be mostly new information for me. So that should be pretty cool. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. Okay. And here we go. All these suggestions. Wow. That's really a lot. Oh! Okay, yeah. Rick and Morty is a popular show. 107 Facts about Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty. So many of you requested it that we do 107 Facts on the Adult Swim series. We've asked the soothing voice of Brock Stubbs to help us out on this episode of Tuned Up right here on Cartoon Hangover. Take it away, Brock.
Okay.
Number 1. Rick and Morty was created by Dan Harmon and Just Roiland.
So we got a guy doing a Rick impression. Cool.
2013. Number 2. The show was renewed in January
and Morty.
2014. It began airing its second season on July 26, 2015. Number 3. Dan
Pretty
Harmon
basic
is known
facts
for
there.
creating the hit NBC comedy Community.
Oh, okay.
Number 4.
Never watched that,
Justin
but
Roiland
that's
is best
cool to
known
know.
for his voice acting work. You can hear him play everyone's favorite lemon-headed Earl on Adventure.
Haven't met that
Number
character
5.
yet.
Speaking of the Earl of Lemon Grab, his infamous lines, "Unacceptable!" and "The thing!" have both made it into Rick and Morty. Number 6. You can also hear Justin Roiland on Rick and Morty. He plays Rick and Morty. Number 7. Dan Harmon also co-founded Channel 101, a monthly short film festival in Los Angeles. Films must be pilots under 5 minutes in length.
Cool.
Number 8. Rick and Morty originated as a crude short that Justin Roiland created for Channel 101. After Harmon was approached by Adult Swim for television show ideas, he and Roiland worked together to develop the series. Number 9. That's right, Rick. The original short was actually a parody of the Back to the Future.
Wow, that
film
looks
series
weird.
Titled The Adventures of Doc and Marty. It featured Doc Brown and Marty McFly. When Harmon
You can still see the influence there, but
characters were changed into Rick and Morty. But we're sure you can guess who became who.
yeah.
Number 10. Roiland wanted the show to consist of 11-minute episodes, but
That
Adult
would've been
Swim
different.
pushed for longer episodes. Number 11. Prior to working on Rick and Morty with Harmon, Roiland created
really
3
different
animated
pacing
pilots
from
for Fox, which all failed.
having longer
Feeling
episodes.
Burnt out by network development, he was initially unreceptive to outside notes on the series pitch. Number 12. There were 3 directors on Rick and Morty and 6 storyboard artists, 2 per director. Number 13. According to Erica Hayes, a board artist on the show, they generally have 2 weeks to thumbnail, 2 weeks to clean, and 1 week to revise their storyboards for each episode. Number 14. The episode Rixty Minutes and the first season's finale both required all hands to be on deck. Number 15.
Both really
Like
great
this guy's
episodes.
Voice, Morty, it's boring. Artists on the show work digitally using Cintiq and Max. The series is animated and boarded using Toon Boom software.
Okay.
Adobe After Effects is also used.
Of course, that's
Number
used for
16.
everything.
John Chris Felucci's Ren and Stimpy was a big source of inspiration for the show.
I can kind of see that,
17.
even though I don't really
Here's
like
a
Ren and
little
Stimpy much.
tidbit. Justin Roiland's cartooning style is heavily influenced by
Yeah, I can see
The
that.
Simpsons.
Definitely.
Number 18. At a San Diego Comic-Con panel in 2014, Justin Roiland also cited Pendleton Ward as a main influence.
Makes sense.
Number 19. Talk about a power team, Morty. Justin and Dan broke down the show's story, sold the show's pilot, and then proceeded to write its first draft all in the same day.
Cool.
Number 20.
That's impressive.
The draft took 6 hours to complete and was written in Dan Harmon's unfurnished community office on the Paramount Pictures lot. Number 21. If you're a Rick and Morty fan and you watched the 26th season finale of The Simpsons, you may have spotted some familiar faces. Rick and Morty appeared during the episode's couch gag, which was written by Dan and Justin. Oh no, Morty, we killed the Simpsons, Morty. Number 22. Coincidence or fun connection? In the Gravity Falls episode,
people have told me all about
Society of the
this.
Blind Eye, some of Stan's belongings are sucked into a portal. They include his notebook, pen, and question mark mug. If you squint and pay attention to the Rick and Morty episode Close Rick Counters of the Rick Kind, some miscellaneous objects pop out of one of the portals. They include a notebook, pen, and question mark mug. Number 23. Dan Harmon
Conspiracy.
performed Hit and Rap in the episode Rick Potion number 9. Number 24. Harmon also makes a cameo on the show as Bird Person.
Oh.
The episode Rixie Business.
That's cool.
It has been a challenging mating season
Bird
for
Person.
Bird Person.
Number 25. In the episode M. Night
Bird
Shyamalan
Person's
Aliens,
hilarious.
the simulation people do a weird glitching thing that's supposed to replicate cartridge tilting. Number 26. You've probably noticed that the pupils in Rick and Morty are nice and fuzzy.
Yeah.
It's a holdover from the original short, and something that Justin Roiland enjoys as a stylistic choice.
Good.
Number 27. Oni Press publishes a Rick and Morty comic book
Oh.
adaptation that's written by Zach Gorman and illustrated by C.J. Cannon.
That's probably pretty fun.
Number 28. If Dan could summon Mr. Meeseeks, he would have one around every time he answered an email to tell him,
"Ooh, Dan, you did a good job on this email, but I don't think your humor is registering. Maybe you should make it clear that you're kidding."
Number 29. If Justin could summon a Mr. Meeseeks, he would have him tell him a joke to try to make him laugh. If he got a really big laugh out of him, Mr. Meeseeks' task would be complete. Number 30. Towards the end of the
That'd be
show's
cool.
second episode, Morty asks what a world populated with intelligent dogs would be like. Rick's response is a reference to a Cartoon Network pilot that Justin Roiland created called Dog World. Number 31. According to Dan Harmon on a Reddit AMA, a schmeckel is worth approximately $148 US. Number 32.
Okay.
When he's speaking with Morty, Rick has a tendency to say Morty's name.
Yes,
A lot.
we've noticed.
Morty. Are you kidding me, Morty? Morty.
Justin Roiland has said it's a verbal crutch he's trying to pull back on. Morty. Number 33.
It's becoming part of the
episode
character,
Anatomy
though.
Pop, Rick tells
So
Morty
I don't
that
know
Annie
if he
has a
should
puffy
pull back.
vagina. This was originally put in as a placeholder, and Dan Harmon assumed that the network would have them change the line. They didn't. Ooh. Number 34.
I guess they liked
Would know
that.
that Annie would have a puffy vagina. Dan responded, "I think Rick heard a rumor. I think Rick was working really hard on Pirates of the Pancreas, and he'd make routine trips to the inside of Reuben. And I think, in the break room, people talk."
Okay.
That's a really good Dan Harmon impression. Justin replied with, "I think he had an up-close and personal face-to-skin experience with Annie's puffy vagina." Really good Justin, too. Thank you. Number 35. It's
I
no
think I like
secret
the
that
first
Beth has
answer a little
issues,
better.
But Dan Harmon once explained that Beth thinks her dad is better than her mother because her dad had the brain and guts to leave her. It's how she copes with blaming herself for the separation of her parents. Number 36. Mr. Meeseeks was originally going to be a neon taupe, but the color didn't resonate with viewers. Number 37.
Yeah, I could see that not
Justin
working.
Roiland loves Tim and Eric and would love to have them on the show. Number 38.
Never really
Rick and
got
Morty
into
was
Tim
one
and
of the
Eric.
First shows to premiere a new
Don't think it's my kind of
episode on
comedy, really.
Number 39. For those of you questioning how that's possible, the entire 22-minute episode
Wow.
was split into 15-second clips.
What a convenient way to
Why
watch
is
it.
this guy still talking, Morty? He's so boring. Harmon sees Rick and Morty as two sides of the human brain. Morty is the childish, naive, and curious half, while Rick is the gruff, selfish, and unapologetic side.
I can see that.
Together, they're two ends of a battery that powers the show.
We're about halfway through the list, and we just want to remind you all that we have Facebook. So if you click right here, definitely give us a like right over there. Click it. All right, you clicked it? Let's go back to the list.
Number 41. In the episode
Don't think clickable
Close Rick
annotations
Counters of
are
the
even a
Rick
thing
Kind,
anymore.
One Morty looks like Eric Stoltz. Stoltz was originally cast as Marty in Back to the Future.
Ah,
By Michael J.
that
Fox.
explains that joke.
Number 42. Remember that balloon popping game that Jerry played on his iPad? Adult Swim made it real. It's available on the iOS.
That's great.
Jerry's Game.
That's
Number 43.
really great.
Justin Roiland regularly checks Reddit
Jerry's
and Tumblr
Game.
for feedback on the show from fans. He and the staff do their best to keep them happy.
Cool.
Number 44, in the episode Rick's
Creators should.
The vast majority of the alternate universe trailers, TV shows,
Yeah.
commercials shown were improvised by
Yeah, I have heard
voice
that.
actors. Number 45.
Part of what makes
Rick
it
and Morty
great.
scripts are usually written using retro scripting. This means that actors are given an outline of what the characters are meant to say and then ad-lib the exact dialogue. Number 46.
Some of it does seem
the
ad-libbed,
episode
so
Anatomy Park.
that makes
Rick
sense.
and Morty are chased by hepatitis A, which is then crushed by hepatitis C. Hepatitis C is much friendlier, which stems from the real-life fact that hepatitis C is usually benign in the short term. Number 47. Dan Harmon, Justin Roiland, and 4 of the show's earliest writers, Eric Acosta, Wade Randolph, Ryan Ridley, and Tom Kaufman, are all alumni of Channel 101, Morty. Number 48. Oh, wow! In an alternate scene from the episode Rick Potion number 9, alternate Rick and Morty explode into pieces, and Rick has to scrape his scrotum off the ceiling.
Okay, that might have been a bit much.
Star 100% authentic Morty. When recording Rick's dialogue for an episode, Justin marks lines he wants to do burp takes for. He has the audio engineer continue recording and uses a low-calorie beer and water to get air in his stomach. Then he reads lines, trying to catch the burps in the middle of them. In his words, the process is disgusting. Number 50. Morty is
That's commitment to a
Morty
part.
Smith Sr. since he raised Morty Jr. Number 51.
Yeah, I suppose he would be.
Yahtzee. Number 52.
Great fact.
The episode Anatomy Park is a parody of Jurassic Park.
Yes, that's a bit obvious.
Beth is originally from Muskegon, Michigan.
Okay.
Number 54. Roiland has said that while other shows keep track of story arcs and character lists, Rick and Morty intentionally discards these restrictions so the characters and plot can move more organically. Number 55. Sarah Chalk, the voice of Beth, thinks the animation of Rick and Morty is beautiful. She would love to be able to draw.
Number 56. Sarah
Being able
has
to draw would be
previously
cool.
Played another blonde doctor. Fans of the comedy series Scrubs know her as Dr. Elliot Reed.
Never watched
Number
that either,
57.
but that's cool to know.
Chris Parnell, the voice of Jerry, is a sci-fi fan. He loves the universe that Rick and Morty takes place in. Number 58. Justin Roiland has said that there's a possibility of Mr. Meeseeks returning.
That box
That could
seems
be
like
interesting.
A useful tool to have around in a pinch.
Number 59. Certain moments in each episode were improvised by Roiland.
Of
A
course.
big example is the cold open of the show's pilot. The scene where he plays with Morty in the alien scammer ship was also improvised. Number 60. Justin records the voices for Rick and Morty separately, or in real time back and forth, depending on what they feel would work best for the show. Number 61. Some of the show's story ideas come from real events that have happened to its creators, or people they know, but the characters are 100% made up. Number 62.
Probably a good way to do it.
Loves using voice record outtakes as intakes.
I mean, it has to come
Dialogue
from
editor
somewhere.
Tommy Meehan is very much in sync with his humor and makes some surprising choices on what to cut in. Number 63. Not much is known about the backstory between Rick and Beth, but Rick has said that he was part of a failing marriage, and Beth revealed that
Yeah, I
Rick
mean,
left her mother.
even now,
Number
we don't know what
64.
is real or not.
Morty Jr. hates cartoons and video games. His favorite TV channel is the History Channel. Number 65.
History Channel's weird.
Harmon has compared the show's tone to British sci-fi franchises like Doctor Who and The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. He feels like they're able to give audiences so much more credit to be able to handle darkness or edginess. Number 66. Do you see yourself walking in Morty's shoes? Harmon mentions that the sidekicks in the shows he's mentioned are stand-ins for the viewers. We can't connect with the all-knowing leads, so we identify with the innocent admirers.
Yeah.
Number 67. The animation for Rick and Morty is divided between Starburns Industries in Burbank and Bardell Entertainment in Vancouver. Number 68. Storyboards, designs, color keys, and backgrounds are completed in Burbank and assembled in Vancouver, with some production assistance provided from the Philippines.
Cool.
Number 69. Creators found South Park to be a good model in what they could get away with in terms of both tone and legality. Number 7.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
title of the episode Lawnmower Dog is a reference to the film The Lawnmower Man. In the film, a mentally handicapped gardener gains super intelligence. Number 71. Jerry works at a low-level advertising agency.
Or he
Majored
did.
in civics in college. Number
Till
72.
he was fired.
Roiland believes that Beth is fine with Rick dragging her kids around because she doesn't want him to leave again. She also doesn't care that much.
Yeah.
A+
That
parenting,
became
Beth.
pretty clear.
Number 73. Rick's catchphrase, wubba lubba dub dub, was meant to be a joke on stupid catchphrases. In Roiland's words, it's a horrible, cringeworthy catchphrase
It is.
that I just made up in the record as an outtake that made its way into the show. Can't wait to see it tattooed on a hooker's ass. Number 74. Morty's dog Snuffles is based on Justin Roiland's dog Jerry. Jerry is a Maltese. Number
Dog
75.
is named Jerry.
In the same vein as many other adult
Seems
shows,
appropriate.
Rick and Morty's writing staff is not unionized with the Writing Guild of America. Number 76. The guest stars from the first season include Tom Kenny, Maurice LaMarche,
Cool.
Alfred Molina, John Oliver, David Cross, Rich Fulcher, Claudia Black, Virginia Hay, Rob Paulson,
Oh, cool.
Jess Harnell,
Lots of
Bill
people from
Hinton,
Animaniacs.
Dana Carvey, Aislinn Paul, and Cassie Steele. Wow, that's a lot. Number
Yeah.
77. Roiland predicts that an adult Morty would look a lot like Jerry, but have some of
Yeah.
Rick's fantastic abilities. Look for the adventures of adult Morty in 100 years. Number 78. Which celebrity guest star is Justin Roiland hoping to nab? Hoping to get Jesus Christ on the show once he returns and all that.
Yeah, you could
Number
ask him.
79. Rick's been trying
Might
to
be up
figure
for
out
it.
how to make time travel work, but Justin Roiland doesn't think he'll ever figure it out. Because it's stupid and he knows it is. Number 80. This is tied to Roiland's stance that time travel stories suck now because there's nothing new to explore. Despite Rick and Morty's Back to the Future
Yeah, people did
background,
tell me
he
that
said he'll never do a time traveling
he did say
story.
this.
Number 81. Jerry is a big
Which
fan
is fair
of
enough.
Titanic. If you pay attention during close Rick counters of the Rick kind, you'll notice that he has a picture of the Titanic on the wall of his study. He also takes Beth on a
yeah, this
Titanic
one is
romantic
obvious, but I
getaway
didn't notice the
to
picture.
see business. Number 82. Justin Roiland has
Terrible
revealed
movie
that
to be
there's
a fan
bigger
of.
picture to the show, but he loves the episodic nature it already has. So the
Yeah.
serialized plot will be subtle.
It's
Number
starting to become a
83.
bit less
Don't look
subtle
to Rick
now.
and Morty for scientific accuracy.
No.
Creators do very little research and focus more on storytelling.
As they should.
Do look into science and sci-fi to help with episode concepts and Rick's gadgets, but have a more Star Trek approach to things. The cool devices aren't explained, but seem plausible in the distant future. Number 84. The head of Adult Swim personally reads each episode outline and script, and calls the creators to share his thoughts.
Cool.
He does what he can to help them get away with their more risque business, and even fights with standards and practices for them.
Cool.
In Harmon's words, he's the greatest man in all of television.
That's
In
some
Roiland,
nice
he
praise.
is a hero.
That is too.
Number 85. The creators of Rick and Morty do their best not to alienate new viewers. It's one of the reasons that Roiland shies away from a serialized plot.
Number 86. Roiland has said
Oh.
that Scary Terry may appear in season.
Scary Terry.
If there's a way to organically work
He
it,
did not, I don't
because
think.
recycling is always better for the planet, bitch.
Number 87. The idea for Mr. Meeseeks came about when Dan was away on a tour for Harmontown, and the team was working on a story that sucked, and Roiland hated. He just wanted to have fun and began screaming, "I'm Mr. Meeseeks," which got the concept started.
Okay,
Number 88.
interesting.
One story idea that was scrapped for season 1 was having an episode where one of Rick's ex-girlfriends was a hive mind. Rick and Morty would be at a space convention and spot one of the 6 original hive members. They try to avoid her, but realize that the hive had expanded.
We did eventually get to
thousands
the
of
hive mind
people to be
girlfriend.
spotted. This idea would be retooled for season
Yeah.
2, episode 3, Autoerotic Assimilation. Number 89. Voicing Mr. Meeseeks, as well as Lemongrab, leaves Justin Roiland with a throbbing headache and the need to rest his voice. Number 90.
I can
the creators
understand
haven't
that. It's a
revealed what's in
pretty
Rick's flask.
shrill
In the
voice.
pilot episode Cold Open Scene, Rick is drinking Hennessy XO. Number 91. Justin Roiland thinks that Rick's penis is the size of a 3-year-old's arm. Dan Harmon feels like Jerry is hung. Number 92. The Mazzy Star song at the end of Rick Potion number 9 is thanks to Justin Roiland. They're one of his all-time favorite bands.
Never.
Dan
Oh,
is also
yeah, that was
fan.
Mezzy Star.
Number
It's cool.
93. The title of the episode, Meeseeks
Never a
and
band I was
Destroy,
super
is a
into, but they are
reference to the Metallica
pretty cool.
song Seek and Destroy.
Number 94. The title of the episode, Raising Gazorpa Zorp, is a reference to the
Yeah.
film Raising Arizona. The episode has numerous reference to the film Zardos,
Yes.
including the floating
Yes.
head, societal structure,
All
red
of the
color,
references.
and bizarre crime sentences. Number 95. The Cronenbergs are named after David Cronenberg, a Canadian filmmaker, screenwriter, an actor who is known for his body horror films. Number 96. Close Rick Counters of the Rick Kind is the highest rated episode of the first season. Number 97. King Jellybean has also appeared in the short that
King
Just
Jellybean
Roiland made for Channel 101. He's Crumply Crumplestein, the host of the show Unbelievable Tales. Number 98. King Jellybean was voiced by Tom Kenny, who also voices SpongeBob SquarePants and the Ice King. Number 99.
Cool.
The name of the shop in Something Ricked This Way Comes is Needful Things, and is a reference to the store in the Stephen King novel of the same name. Number 100. In Close Rick Counters of the Rick Kind, one of Rick's memories of Morty is picking him up as a child. It's interesting to note because Rick has been absent from his family for 20 years.
Yes, that's a very good point.
Before Morty was born. Number 101. When he is insulting the devil's products in Something Ricked This Way Comes, Rick references the Twilight Zone. Number 102. Jerry has an antique coin collection that replaces George Washington with R2-D2. Don't know how antique those actually are, Jerry.
Not very.
Beth hates him because he bought them. Number 103. The show's main Rick and Morty are the Rick and Morty of Dimension C-137. It's not clear whether this is the original dimension they resided in, or the one they came to live in following the events of Rick Potion number 9. Number 104. The Council of Ricks in the episode Close to Rick Counters of the Rick Kind is a parody of Marvel's Council of Reeds. Number 105. More than the frequent burping, Adult Swim was concerned with how many times Rick says Morty's name. Number 106. In the episode Rixie Business, the song that plays during the party and at the end of the episode is Booty Bass's Shake That Ass, Bitch. Number 107. At the office,
sounds like a wonderful song.
Rick and Morty. There's a pile of Nerf guns and flickering fluorescent lights because no one's come back to fix them. The bathrooms also stink, Morty.
So there you have it, 107 facts all about Rick and Morty. Shout out to Brock Stells for helping us out, so definitely check out his channel for more beautiful dubbing. And if you like this video, click the like button to let us know that you like the video. In the comments below, let us know which cartoon we should cover next. This has been Tuned Up on Cartoon Hangover.
Okay. That was a pretty interesting one. Let it finish. Got this end card. And... okay. So yeah, that was actually really pretty good. One of the more informative one of these that I've seen. Mostly because, yeah, I really didn't know much about the show. I watched all the episodes, but never really looked into much background information, so all that I really knew was what you guys had told me before. And yeah, a lot of it was pretty interesting to learn. This was also one of the more entertaining one of these to watch, just because they did go out and find a guy who could do the voices pretty well. And yeah, that was a nice little touch. Because what better than learning about Rick and Morty from Rick and Morty? And yeah, there was a lot of nice little bits of information here. I don't know if anything was really that mind-blowing, but it was all interesting to learn. And yeah, that's really what I'm looking for from a video like this. So yeah, I like this one. Not really much more to say. I think there's like a second Rick and Morty video from the series. I think there's 107 more facts, and of course I still have other videos to do for other series that I react to. So there will definitely be more of these 107 fact videos in the near future. So look forward to that. Anyway, hope you liked the commentary. Let me know if you did, and see you in the next one.